You know, Peterson, you did a little practicing a couple weeks earlier. You were practicing how to eat banana pudding, you know, ahead of Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna keep needling you with that one. Thank you for joining us, Peterson. Now, that's not the only game ahead of tonight as we advance to the final version of high school playbook for the 25 football season. Unbeaten Grimsley is going to host Jack Britt, with the nation's #1 player Faison Brandon making his second straight start at quarterback. Now, up the mountain, it's a battle of 9-win teams between Mount Airy and Shelby, plus rolling on an 8-game winning streak, Reidsville. They stay home against Eastern Wayne. And coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll talk more high school football. Chris Peterson will join us again. Plus, we'll preview Wake Forest's basketball game in the Bahamas, Christine.
In the Bahamas. All right, John, thank you. Well, back to the Triad. Let's talk about our weather and what we could expect this weekend. We had some rain today. We really needed it. Meteorologist Michelle Kennedy is here to tell us what we can expect going into the weekend. A lot of outdoor activities planned, Michelle. Is the rain going to die down anytime soon?
Yeah, it does look like we'll see some improvements tomorrow, but all I heard was Bahamas, and my mind is there. Sunshine, lets everybody think sunshine, right? Well, downtown Blowing Rock, you can see resortcams.com right now. Misty out there. We've got the fog from earlier this afternoon as well, and now we've got some scattered showers that are still filling in over the Triad. This is because we're between two fronts. We've got a stationary front to our north. We've got moisture rolling in overhead, and down to the south, we've got some fronts too, blocking the situation for us. So eventually we'll start to see those clouds thin out, but a southwesterly flow could bring in a few more patchy showers. I think most of the rainfall in terms of heavier totals is done, but we'll have some showers tomorrow morning in the form of misty weather, some fog too for you. So we could see another 1/100th of an inch possibly in a few spots, but otherwise, unless we get an isolated storm through tomorrow afternoon, most folks will be dry. We've got sunshine too. Temperatures currently 59 degrees, holding out of the fog and some of those clouds. 60 degrees in Taylorsville, 56 in Boone, 59 in Walnut Cove, and we've got temperatures from Wake Forest University at 62 to 63 at UNCG, and then heading up into A&T also at about 62. Temperatures at 63 in Caswell Gamelands right now, so pretty comfortable. We're all pretty much in the zone of low 60s. Not a lot of movement because everyone's been under the clouds all day. Also, the misty light rain conditions. So we look ahead. Stray shower chances are going to be lingering for us through the overnight hours, and then by 8-9 a.m. that wind out of the southwest should start to help thin the clouds. We've got milder conditions next week, a cooler Thanksgiving Day, and your forecast for rain chances will come back Tuesday and Wednesday. So off and on with these shower opportunities, which is a good thing. We need the rain. You're seeing temperatures out there as we look ahead. Overnight down into the low to mid 50s, so not a big temperature drop tomorrow. We start off mild. That gives us a little bit of a head start when it comes to those 70s for afternoon highs. We've got those upper 50s changing into some 60s for you through about noontime. This is when we could still see a couple of lingering showers on those western slopes, especially Boone and Blowing Rock. You might still have some showers around. An isolated stray storm between 1 and 2 o'clock through the afternoon, not out of the question, but most areas we believe will stay dry around the Triad. We could have some to our north and along the coast. We've also got temperatures forecast at 74 in the Triad and near 73 out there for folks as we get you into late afternoon. So slow temperature drops, eventually the 60s for the evening. We start to dry out even in the mountains, and this is where temperatures drop off early morning on Sunday into those 30s and low to mid 40s for the Triad. 60s though for highs on Sunday, so we're kind of snapping back and forth between a little summer bump and then we get you back to just slightly above normal for this time of the year in those low 60s. Sunday is beautiful and sunny, so that's the day to be out and about if you have to pick one. Tomorrow though, early morning tee times might be in jeopardy. Even the courts might have a chance to have some time to dry out, whether you're heading out to play some tennis tomorrow morning too. We'll take a look at that and see. All right, Monday temperatures in those low 60s and upper 50s for folks in the mountains. Here comes the next chance of rain. It's Tuesday afternoon, spreading out through Wednesday early morning, and then gradually we begin to clear out. Your temperatures also should be pretty mild ahead of it. Your temperatures at 60 degrees in the Piedmont Triad, warming to 75 tomorrow. We'll keep in a rain chance of 20%, mainly for the early morning mist and a slight chance of a passing shower. Foothills, similar conditions, low to mid 70s out there. Mountain temperatures from 55 up to about 64, and a rain chance of 20% for you, with better chances through early tomorrow morning along the Blue Ridge Parkway. Now, holiday parades tomorrow. We've got some in Burlington at 10 a.m. showers around, but then some sunshine with those mild temperatures expected through early evening. We even begin to clear out. Here's your 7-day forecast, folks. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, those are the days that change is coming. Cooler weather for Thanksgiving Day, but drier weather and brisk conditions for next Friday.
Michelle, thank you. Checking traffic. Here's a live look. This is I-40 at East Stratford in Forsyth County. Traffic moving well at 522. Getting into the spirit, the holiday season shifting into high gear as parades start to ramp up. The Piedmont cities where you can find one this weekend. Unique finds. It is a holiday tradition of its own in the Triad. What organizers say you can expect from this year's Piedmont Craftsman Fair. Friday is here, and here at WXII 12, that means a Dateline mystery coming your way. Tonight's all-new episode focuses on a cold case, one reignited by the daughter of the original suspect. Keith Morrison has our preview, all new at 5.
Murder casts its dreadful damage wide, and for a long, long time.
She said, Tim is dead, Tim's dead.
I can't even explain how horrific it is to have something that savagely, brutally horrific happen.
She told me they both had been stabbed to death.
They were sure they knew who did it,
Guilty as hell.
The evidence was overwhelming.
and they were sure they knew who didn't do it.
It's not possible. There's just no way.
And then a woman called investigators.
She was emotional. She says, I think my dad had something to do with this.
But he was 6 feet under. Was the man in the grave the killer? Investigators knew it could all turn on this moment to solve the murders. But here came the twist, and it was a big one.
And you can see this brand new episode only here on WXII 12 starting at 9 p.m. The state of our economy. New data is showing something many Americans have known for a while. Paychecks just aren't stretching the same. What this all means heading into the holidays. Providing a blessing. The Triad organization putting in work today to make sure our neighbors have food to eat this Thanksgiving.
You're watching WXII 12 News.
Thanks for staying with us at 5 o'clock on this Friday. Right now, an investigation underway to find whoever set a church on fire. It's just one of many top stories we're watching this hour. The fire happened earlier today at Iglesia Lluvias de Gracia in Winston-Salem. The fire department says the flames started outside of the church in a shed-like building where tools are kept. However, those eventually spread inside, causing some damage to the main part of the building. One member says everyone is working together to try to keep from having to cancel any services. North Carolina's governor wants answers from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. He sent a letter to Secretary Kristi Noem today requesting information about Operation Charlotte's Web, including how long it will last. The governor also requested additional information on the 370 people arrested or detained. A panel of federal judges signed off on several North Carolina congressional districts challenged in court. These were drawn back in 2023 and are not related to the new map approved this year. In this case, the judges ruled the lines, which helped Republicans pick up seats, were not unlawfully fractured and did not diminish anyone's voting power. And another big story today is the weather. Some rain fell overnight, keeping temperatures in the 60s today, and we're not done with those showers just yet. We want to check back in with meteorologist Michelle Kennedy right now. Michelle, what should we expect as we head back into the weekend now? We're hoping for some dry skies, but at the same time, we really needed the rain that we're getting.
Yeah, we're really grateful for our lawns, too, that were already turning brown, and we've had so much leaf debris out there, too. Now we have a chance to see fog and mist all the way through early tomorrow morning. So it may take a few hours in the morning to get things dried out. So if you have tea times, if you're hitting the tennis courts or have any errands to run, you may want to push that until about 10 a.m. where the sun's starting to come out a little bit more and hopefully drier conditions with the west-southwesterly light breeze. Now, scattered showers, we're in between two systems. We've got a couple of fronts, one to the north as a stationary front and one to the south. We have rain chances that have dropped off to 20% for tomorrow. Even an isolated stray storm not out of the question for the afternoon, but I think most folks are going to dry out. You'll see more sun and it's warmer. Then we have rain chances returning for Tuesday and parts of early Wednesday. It does look like we'll get through that just in time to clear out for Thanksgiving. So we're happy about that. Temperatures this evening, yeah, just holding up and down a little bit with those low 60s. We see 50s tomorrow morning. It's all thanks to the heavy clouds and some fog. And eventually we'll see 70s, low to mid 70s out there in the Triad tomorrow with 65 on Sunday. And just that rain chance out of the picture for you right now. We'll talk more about it coming up, but grateful to have that rainfall anywhere from about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch area wide. And now we're looking at more light mist for tonight.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Thanksgiving is less than 1 week away, and a Triad Church is ready to give away more than 350 meal kits. WXI 12 Sarah Sowers explains why they are feeling grateful this time of year.
At a time when the cost of a Thanksgiving meal can feel a little bit out of reach, one Triad Church is giving back.
I could not think about sitting down and having Thanksgiving dinner with my family and friends, good meal, and then knowing that somebody didn't get to eat on Thanksgiving Day.
For the 6th year in a row, Homeland Ministries in Winston-Salem is prepared to give away 375 turkeys, boxes of stuffing, sides, and even a pie completely for free.
It's a drive-through. All you got to do is pull up. We will load your car up and send you right on back out.
The American Farm Bureau Federation says the average cost of a Thanksgiving meal kit runs around $55, a price Pastor Camilla Washington said not everyone can afford. Their church was blessed with thousands of dollars in donations to be able to purchase all the food they give away, a mighty feat for a congregation with just 40 members.
It takes between 12,000 and 15,000 to do something like this, and especially this year because, as we all know, if you go in the grocery store, prices have gone up, and so we were able to do it, and we're so grateful to be able to do it for the community.
Economic uncertainty felt during the government shutdown makes this year's annual giveaway even more special, Washington says, and she encourages anyone who is able to give thanks this holiday season.
Maybe I don't need a turkey this year. Maybe I've got plenty, but I can volunteer my time, so it's a blessing to us.
Thanksgiving meal boxes will be available starting 10 a.m. Saturday, but they advise to get here early and line up because they do go quickly. You can find a full list of Thanksgiving meal giveaways on our website, WXII12.com. In Winston-Salem, Sarah Sowers, WXII 12 News.
All right, Sarah, thank you. And we want to take a moment to mention that there are several holiday parades happening around the Piedmont this weekend. Burlington and Mount Airy will have theirs tomorrow, and then on Sunday, High Point and Reedsville will hold their events. And these are just a few of the many that are taking place in the coming weeks. You can find a full list right now on the WXII 12 News app or by visiting our website. Whether it is finding the perfect present or donating to a good cause, the holiday season is a time when Americans spend big. But new data is showing that paychecks aren't going as far as they used to. Ivan Rodriguez breaks down the latest economic outlook.
High price rise of everything going on with inflation, the tariffs, our dollars are not stretching as much as they need to.
From food to health insurance.
It's going to be tripled
this year,
which equates to double the cost of what we pay for our mortgage for our house.
People are struggling to keep up with rising costs. A poll published by Fox News this week found 76% of Americans have a negative view of this economy, up from 67% in July. Vice President J.D. Vance says the administration needs time.
As much progress as we've made, it's going to take a little bit of time for every American to feel that economic boom, which we really do believe is coming.
When it comes to Americans' paychecks, in September, inflation-adjusted hourly earnings were flat for the second month in a row, holding the annual rate of gain at 0.8%, the lowest in more than a year, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data released Friday. For blue-collar and service industry workers, real pay gains were even weaker. The White House, however, continues to express optimism about the economy.
Wages are up by 3.8% over the year for American workers because of President Trump's pro-growth policies. In fact, real wages are on pace to increase roughly $1,200 for the average worker this year under President Trump.
In September, inflation also rose to 3% for the first time since January, according to the Consumer Price Index. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Checking traffic, here's a live look. This is Salem Parkway east of NC 66 in Forsyth County. Traffic is a little heavy, but moving well at 536. Fun at the fair. Craftsmen return to the Piedmont this weekend. What you can expect from this year's event. And as we head to break, here's a look at how stocks finished on Wall Street.
The WXII 12 Stock Report is brought to you by Woodard & Company Asset Management Group. Always buy quality and diversify.
Want to get a little holiday shopping done before Thanksgiving and support local artists at the same time? Well, we have the event for you. The Piedmont Craftsman's Fair returns to the Benton Convention Center in Winston-Salem this weekend. Organizers stopped by the local Vibe to give us a preview of what to expect.
This year, more than 3,000 people are expected to attend. What is new this year, Jane, and what can people expect?
Well, you're going to see a lot of new artists at our fair this year. We're very excited to welcome even a new selection from our community here in Forsyth County and surrounding areas. So the community will see all different types of art to begin with, and then we will also be having demonstrations going on, educational interaction with the community throughout the fair. So it'll be fun for everyone.
And so many artists this year too. Jasmine, can you kind of show?
All right, you heard organizers say there are several new artists at this year's fair. A preview event begins at 6 p.m. tonight, so just in about 20 minutes or so. The fair, which is in its 62nd year, opens tomorrow at 10 a.m. and at noon on Sunday, and you can buy tickets at the door. Ready, set, slide. The road to the Winter Olympics making a pit stop in Cortina. How Team USA hopefuls are getting a sneak peek at their venue. And the Olympics, not the only competition in town. We take you live to Davie County, where one of the most popular events of the season in Mocksville is ready to start. Welcome back, everyone. Winter is coming, and we know it's getting closer because athletes are shifting into high gear ahead of the 2026 Olympic Games. Today, the first sliding World Cup of the season gets underway, and it's being held at the new Sliding Center in Cortina. This is where you will see events like bobsled and skeleton during the games. Kendall Westenberg is hoping to make Team USA after missing out in 2022. She says that everyone is already loving being in Italy. These World Cup races count toward qualifying for the games, which you can see only here on WXII 12 in February. And skiing is another huge sport during the Olympic Games, but it's also a favorite here in North Carolina once the weather turns cold. If you're waiting for real snow in our western counties, you're certainly not alone. New at 5 o'clock, Grace Lowe from our sister station takes us to Sapphire Valley, where a local spot for skiing isn't letting Mother Nature slow anyone down.
Up in the mountains of western North Carolina, you may not see 24+ inches of snow. However, with the help of technology at Sapphire Ski Valley, you can still get your ski legs in the south. It's been about 1,000 days since measurable snow fell here at Sapphire Valley. But that doesn't mean ski season is on hold.
Very few of the slopes anywhere in North Carolina can rely just on natural snow. It just doesn't stay that cold here.
Instead, the team relies on snowmaking technology, a process that mixes water and air to make their own version of winter.
Anytime the temperature is down near freezing, we will start making snow as quickly as possible.
That snow starts with a local source, water drawn straight from the nearby Horse Pasture River.
So it's all literally local water, mainly from the Horseshoe Pasture River. So it's like people go, how do we get water? Right out of the river.
New technology means they can make snow faster with less water, even when the weather doesn't fully cooperate.
Watching what's going on in the snowmaking world. There's a lot of new technology has come out over the last few years. What we call the guns are getting better. The snowmaking equipment's getting better. And because of that technology, it allows us to get a base down earlier, get the ground cold. And that's really what you're fighting. You're fighting that ground being warm from the sun all summer and fall.
And Sapphire Valley has found creative ways to keep visitors coming, with winter festivals, themed ski nights, and even an outhouse race for charity that draws thousands.
So we do events around the ski slope that bring a lot of people in. Those go from anything to just themed ski nights that we've got coming up in December and January. Obviously, President's Day and Martin Luther King weekends are always big here. But we also do an outhouse race for charity on the ski slopes. And it has been a huge event every year. I think we've seen crowds over 4,000 people for events like that.
Sapphire Valley prides itself on being a less expensive alternative for families. And even when the snow is not falling, the spirit of winter is still alive.
And that was Grace Lowe reporting. The spirit of the season also showing big time in Davie County tonight. That is where the 'Twas the Night Before bed races are just minutes from getting underway. Take a look. Here's a live look. This is downtown Mocksville. Dozens of teams out there expected to compete for the title. Several big prizes are up for grabs, from the fastest team to the most original bed decorations. That looks like a lot of fun. And it looks dry out there, Michelle. We've been talking about the rain that we've had on and off, but it looks good out there right now in Mocksville.
It does. It looks like we've got a little bit of fog coming in though, right? And a bit misty, but mostly dry. You're right. I'm happy to see that for folks. That should help them be a little bit faster on the roads with those dry conditions. We like it. Now we've got just a little bit of moisture still overhead. Not all of it's making it to the ground, but some in the form of mist, and we will expect to see that fog. Your temperatures, though, hovering in the 60s right now, eventually into the 50s early tomorrow morning. Winds have been out of the south-southwest. That will be important tomorrow, too, as we see temperatures begin lifting into the 60s by midday, upper to low 70s for the afternoon. 61 right now in the Tri, 70 in Charlotte, and we did hold at 63 in Burlington. That's where we are right now. Cooler at 59 in North Wilkesboro. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast coming up in just a minute, you'll notice that we won't have any more 70s. So tomorrow is a day to enjoy. It does look like this is going to be maybe the last of it, at least in the 7-day stretch. So 60 degrees for you tomorrow morning to upper 50s. We've got winds out of the west-southwest, and we'll have about 75 degrees for an afternoon high, and your 74 in the foothills, and seeing that rain chance of 20%. Hold on for early morning to late afternoon. That's what we look at moving ahead. So shower chances will be with us. We also have to look at the miles of visibility. They'll be reduced for us as we get you through early tomorrow morning. We do see some pockets there up in the mountains where we might get down to a mile or less, and a few areas around the foothills. So just watching for that. It looks like we'll have the wind speeds come up to help us mix things out in the Piedmont Triad. You've got temperatures at 60 degrees for late evening. We'll hold there to upper 50s, eventually down into the mid 50s for those morning lows. just in time to see hopefully some clouds beginning to thin. Now, not everyone sees that sunshine immediately. It'll take some time, but it will help to dry us out to have that light breeze coming in out of the southwest. Shower chances up to the north, it looks like along the North Carolina-Virginia border. And so the mountains still have a chance to see showers a little more consistently through the afternoon even. And then a couple pockets where we might get that last wave of energy rolling out with that front. And that could trigger a shower, possibly a rumble of thunder, but low to mid 70s, feeling pretty good out there, and then cooler for your Sunday morning with sunshine and low 60s. Now, looking at that mid-level jet stream wind speed, you can see we've got a lot of help to bring in some light scattered showers overnight, but then we lose that energy throughout the late day hours and things shift our way. We'll tap into some more dry air that's rolling in right now from the southwest. Weather timeline for you, we look ahead from Saturday with foggy and misty conditions early, warmer 70s late. Then on Sunday, we've got mild 60s for you, plenty of sunshine. That sunshine holds on for Monday. Then by Tuesday and Wednesday, we're back to a few scattered showers. It's a little bit milder as a result, so some upper 50s and low 60s out there. And then we hit the streak here as we talk about Thursday for your Thanksgiving holiday. For folks celebrating the holiday, we've got temperatures at 55 degrees. It's cooler and it's a bit brisk with 52 degrees. And around the mountains, your forecast there into the 40s for Thanksgiving Day. So it will feel a bit more holiday-like. You might be indoors or at least layering up if you're going to be out there for a hike. Cold too on Friday with temperatures that start back into the 20s. So we have this little cool snap coming to end next week. And we look at temperatures at 58 degrees in the foothills with a rain chance of about 30% on Tuesday, a 40% chance of scattered showers, especially early in the day, it looks like for the Triad too. And then 50s for Thursday into Friday. You're chilly at 49 degrees. Here's your 7-day forecast from Winston-Salem, Greensboro through Yadkinville as we go up north into areas like Reedsville. We've got temperatures at 75 tomorrow, stray showers and isolated storm. Then 64 on Sunday. We've got you in the low to mid 60s through middle of the week with those rain chances. Highest late Tuesday into early Wednesday. And again, they're light and scattered, so it shouldn't be too much trouble on the travel roadways for you. We've got 55 though on Thanksgiving Day and beautiful weather. Lots of sunshine coming our way, but colder on Friday.
I'm off to see the wizard. Elphaba won't be alone. How much Wicked for Good could bring in at the box office this weekend alone?
This edition of the Wake Forest Deacon Minute is brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery, raising $1 billion a year for education.
A degree from Wake Forest means everything to me. To leave a school that's all about pro humanitate and for humanity. It's not just a normal diploma, not a normal piece of paper. It means that I'm part of a community that's wanting to do good for the world and for the rest of my life. I would probably tell her to relax quite a bit, and that everything works out the way it's supposed to, even if it's a different plan than you thought was going to happen originally.
The Wake Forest Deacon Minute is brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery, raising $1 billion a year for education.
Checking traffic, here's a live look. This is the Greensboro Urban Loop at Huffine Mill Road. Traffic is moving slowly at 5:56. Millions of Americans may be taking a trip down the yellow brick road this weekend. Box office experts predict Wicked for Good, which is officially out now, could bring in $150 million or more during its debut weekend. If so, For Good would soar past the first Wicked movie, which raked in more than $112 million at the box office last year. And there's another new movie in theaters this weekend as well. Rental Family explores very unique roles for a set of actors. New at 5, David Daniel has a preview.
So, what do you think we do here? We sell emotion.
How?
We play roles in clients' lives. Parents, siblings, boyfriends, girlfriends, best friends, and help them connect to what's missing.
Rental Family stars Brendan Fraser as a struggling actor in Japan who finds an unusual new gig.
What I'm offering here is a chance to play roles with a real meaning.
What do you need me for?
We need a token white guy.
It's a real service that began in Japan and has spread elsewhere.
I didn't know about it until we read the screenplay.
I did. There was a New Yorker article that was pretty, read everywhere. So I had heard about it, and I see things in the Japanese media.
For me, was trying to figure out why this business exists, what kind of people use this service, and then what kind of people who try to provide this service, and just why this exists in Japan.
Sometimes the story we tell ourselves becomes the truth.
Giving someone your full attention so that they feel less alone, so that they don't feel alienated or secluded.
The way these people look at you, like they've been waiting for you their whole lives.
It's an epidemic of loneliness. We're just so far away from each other. So I wanted to create the story that really speak and connect individuals on one-on-one level.
These people stay with you. Sometimes all we need is someone to look us in the eye and remind us we exist.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And that's the news at 5 o'clock. But if you need some expert advice for what to watch both on the silver screen and small screen, make sure to subscribe to the WXII 12 News YouTube channel. That is where you will find reviews from local film critic Dale Pollack.
WXII 12 News at 6 starts right now.
A Triad church cleaning up after investigators say someone set it on fire. Members share how they're moving forward and whether services will go on this weekend. State leaders respond to Operation Charlotte's Web, why they call the past week a terror, and what the governor is requesting from the federal government. Packing meals with a purpose, the local church giving back to those in need ahead of the holidays. Good evening. Winston-Salem firefighters are trying to figure out who set a fire that damaged a church. Our Adriana Hargrove joins us live outside the church with a look at the damage. Adriana, how's the cleanup going out there? And also, how are church members reacting to all this?
Well, one church member I spoke with says that he's shocked that this has even happened. Now, if you take a look behind me here at the church, you could see members of the church were out here earlier cleaning up the rubble, putting it in a pile right there that you could see. You could see that part of the church on the side right there is damaged with the fire. Now, members tell me that they do hope that they do have a Sunday service.
I mean, this never happened before.
Kevin Paz has been a member of Iglesia UBS de Gracia in Winston-Salem for a year.
I woke up this morning and pastor called me and said the police department and fire department called him and tell him that there was fire in here.
This is what it looked like when Winston-Salem Fire Department was called to the church on 15th Street around 7:30 Friday morning. The fire started outside of the church in a shed-like building where the church keeps yard tools. The flames eventually spread to the church.
So we did have some damage on the inside, so we sent crews into the main part of the church to pull some of the wall to make sure that we don't have hidden fire in.
Officials believe someone set the fire on purpose and are now looking at video from cameras nearby to see if it will offer any clues as to who set the fire. Paz says he and other members of the church plan on working together to repair the damage from the fire. He says he won't let this dim his spirit.
Hopefully we don't stop the service and we don't stop, like every day just trying to fix it as soon as possible and keep coming. We know that everything that's happened, God is in control, so we trust God and we know it's gonna be better.
Thankfully, no one was in the church at the time the fire occurred, and no firefighters were injured in the fire either. Now, Paz tells me that church service was canceled today and that they're still hoping and wondering if they will have church service on Sunday. In Winston-Salem, Adriana Hargrove, WXII 12 News.
Adriana, thank you. Police investigating after a student brought an unloaded gun to a Triad Elementary School. This happened yesterday at Moorhead Elementary School in Greensboro. Police say staff quickly took the gun away from the student and no one was threatened or hurt. The district says the student will face school and legal consequences, but due to their age, the student will not be identified. The Invictus Task Force has arrested a Burlington man accused of child sexual misconduct. Stefan Gilbo is charged with 3 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. This stems from an October investigation related to multiple cyber tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Gilbo remains in jail on a $300,000 bond. A man is dead after being attacked by dogs in Davidson County. We're told this happened Tuesday night on Jeanette Lane in the Silver Valley community. The sheriff's office says when deputies arrived, they found a 73-year-old man dead. Deputies believe the man was attacked by a large group of dogs. The sheriff's office says the threat to the community has been reduced regarding the dogs, and criminal charges are expected in this case. A Virginia corrections officer killed in the line of duty will be laid to rest this weekend. On Monday, investigators say Officer Jeremy Hall died after an inmate attacked him at River North Correctional Center in Grayson County. Hall's funeral will be held Sunday at the Grayson County High School auditorium. The family will receive friends starting at 1 p.m. The service begins at 4. A group of local and state leaders gathered in Charlotte today to call for Border Patrol agents to stay away from the Queen City. It comes amid reports that agents involved in the Charlotte's Web operation had left the area. But a Homeland Security spokesperson says the operation is not over and is not ending anytime soon. The agency says more than 370 arrests have been made since last Saturday. Community members say the last week has been terrifying.
We have seen this past week a terror that has come not only to our immigrant community, but to those who are just witnessing and watching and holding up their cameras. They are being terrorized by ICE and Border Patrol. This is not okay.
Governor Josh Stein has sent a letter to the Homeland Security asking for more information about the operation, including where people arrested have been held, what policies are in place for areas where children are, and how long the operation is expected to last. President Donald Trump wants Ukraine to accept a new peace deal by Thanksgiving. The White House wants Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to sign off on a framework deal to end the war in Ukraine based upon Trump's crafted 28-point peace plan, which includes Ukraine handing over territory to Russia, reducing the size of its army, and limited security guarantees. President Zelensky says Ukraine faces a choice of standing up for its rights or losing American support. Trump said that he wants an answer from Zelensky by Thursday, but says an extension is possible to finalize terms. And for the latest on the new push for peace and if it will gain traction from Ukraine, Russia, and European allies, stick around for NBC Nightly News with Tom Llamas. That begins at 6:30 right here on WXII. We had so many days of dry skies, but the wet weather returned just in time for the weekend, Michelle.
Just in time, but 70s are back too.
That's
so
nice.
I'm really excited about that
Yeah.
tomorrow. I hope that things will dry out early morning. I've got some tennis to get to. Hopefully those clay courts will dry out quickly. We've got some showers out there still now, mainly to the north of the Carolinas and just down to the south you can see over Atlanta. But we're going to see some of that moisture just split right around us, and an isolated shower storm is possible, but most of this is going to move off and move out of our way, and that's the way we would like it. So if we do have any thunderstorms, it'll be a quick rumble of thunder, maybe mid-afternoon, and then we're done. So scattered showers, one front here starting to push out and dissipate. We'll see another one with a cold front pushing east as we go into late tomorrow. That will help to bring in milder air for Sunday. Rainfall totals, though, should be about where we're sitting now, anywhere from a 10th to about a 1/4 of an inch area wide seen so far. You can see here up in the Surry County and Stokes County regions, 10th to about 2/10 of an inch, and that's about it. So it was a light rainfall event for us. Temperatures over the next several hours hovering in the low 60s. We've got some upper 50s too that are possible, with rain chances at about 20%. We'll keep that 20% chance in for the early mist in the morning, then an isolated shot late afternoon. You've got 60s coming your way Sunday, and just a slight chance of a shower really on your Saturday morning. Otherwise, temperatures in the 40s and beautiful for the weekend.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Community members got a chance to share what they're looking for in Greensboro's next police chief. The city held an input session this afternoon at Lindley Rec Center. Last week, Chief John Thompson announced that he would retire in February of next year. Those who attended today's session tell us that they're looking for a chief that will take action with an emphasis on community policing.
We've had police chiefs, the last two, who have been changing the conversation. And like I said, their conversation is good. It's time now for us to have some action.
I'm looking for someone who has experience and a solid commitment to making community policing happen here. And that's true community policing. That's not stop and go to a coffee shop and talk with a couple of people there and get back in your car.
The city plans to host another round of community meetings in December. Dates have not been announced. We are getting more insight into the latest expansion plans for Winston-Salem's Innovation Corridor. And while the expansion was initially announced back in 2021, the Phase 2 master plan has been updated to accommodate 8 new buildings with more than 2.5 million total square feet of retail, scientific, healthcare, and residential space. The plan also includes 12 acres of communal and green spaces, plus parks and pavilions to host outdoor events and public art.
This expansion for Phase 2, which will be 28 acres, really gives our community a glimpse into the future. We're working right now on assessing the needs for those new buildings anchored around our world-renowned life science and regenerative medicine ecosystem.
Innovation Corridor is currently working with its partners to plan out Phase 2 construction. The entire project is expected to be complete in 10 to 15 years. Giving back to families in need with Thanksgiving in less than 1 week. That is what one small congregation is doing to make a big impact. WXI 12 Sarah Sowers shares their efforts to feed neighbors one turkey at a time.
Whole Man Ministries in Winston-Salem is preparing 375 Thanksgiving meal boxes to give away for free. Hundreds of pounds of food are being packaged into Thanksgiving meal kits, including stuffing, green beans, cranberry sauce, and even a turkey and a pie. The church has 40 members and just as many volunteers getting ready to give back to anyone who can't afford a holiday meal for the 6th year in a row. Following the government shutdown, Pastor Camilla Washington says it feels good to be able to provide meals for those feeling economic uncertainty.
And so we're thankful and we're grateful to be able to do this, especially at Thanksgiving. I could not think about sitting down and having Thanksgiving dinner with my family.